Hello, 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 hello. It's a beautiful, beautiful day once again here on Youthful. I always, always, always love to be on this set. It's like very refreshing.
It is very refreshing.
It
I
is.
agree. I totally agree. And people know why I agree. It's very refreshing.
I know, yeah, of course,
Yeah,
I
very
know.
refreshing.
and because I love this set, I have agreed though, even though they did me a dawa. In case you don't know what adawa means, in case you don't know what
Ganged up
adawa means,
against
they
you.
ganged up against me
Oh,
be
and
on this
gave me
set.
this
Yes,
topic.
Yes.
Even though I told them that I don't want to do it,
you
Thank
must.
God you're
But
here.
then
You were
again, I'm
finally
here.
doing it.
I'm here, and I believe that at the end of the day, we'll do justice to you too.
We will try our best.
Okay, we'll do our best. But before we start, I love
I
this.
so don't like you on this set right now. Prudence.
I already gave her a hint
Like
of what I'm
this.
about to do, and that's why she's
We also put you
she's
on the
freaking
spot.
out.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so have you been in a condition, like, have you had a truth or dare game before?
Yeah.
Okay, so how far
Ever
have you
since I
gone
was
in a
primary
dare?
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, how
Okay.
far have you gone?
She said when she
Yeah.
was in primary 3, so I want to
Oh, you
understand.
wanted to understand it from primary 3. I didn't want to talk about that. That's why I
I've
skipped.
known like truth or dare since primary school.
Okay.
Spin the bottle and all of that. So,
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, a lot of times they just say that dares, when they give you dares, they're like really nasty things that you end up doing. Sometimes it's really sexual. So I want to know, like, how far have you gone?
So for one in my primary 4. For
I don't
one in,
understand why you keep going back to the primary school.
because that's where it all started.
Okay.
We were transferred to another school due to location. And then when I went there, I went and met like kids that are more exposed and like rich kids, kind of rich kids.
Rich kids.
One was the proprietor's son, the other like wealthy family, and then the other one. So they were just kids that were just more exposed, and it was a butty kind of like all my primary school have been butty, but there's levels to
butty.
There are levels to this.
Exactly. Body and
And so we
exposure.
went for a party. It's primary 4, so it's still children party, but we're trying to form we've arrived kind of party. And then so we did spinning the bottle, and it's just is okay when we spin the bottle, right, if it falls, if the head is on me and the bottom is on you, you would dare me to do something. So the head fell on someone, my friend, the person that is her house, we are doing the party, and on me, and then she dared me to kiss the other person.
Okay.
So you
But
start
we are-
kissing when you were just in primary 4. Ha.
I want to hear the end of the story and your
Let
continuation.
me finish.
Okay.
Interesting.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Then and they know you don't have money, so they will tell you if you can't do it, you drop a certain amount of money.
So yeah, you decided to do
This is
it.
literally a party with them and drop namu. We don't have money, and they'll come back and pick us. So we don't have money, and then it took me like forever. And then I stood up, and then I gave him a peck on the cheek because that's the most I can
Yeah,
do.
yeah, and you were still innocent. That's
Yeah,
great.
exactly. And that was my first experience of truth and dare, spin the bottle, and all of those daring kind of games.
Okay, I feel like somebody told
Honestly,
you.
I don't like this look Prudence is giving
Okay.
me. But because I'm a child of God. Anyways, I think my first truth or dare was when I was in SS3. No, SS2. That was when they give us liberty and all of that.
Yeah.
You know how it is now. So like, boarding house, they used to do this thing like every Fridays they'll say maybe there's a party.
Yeah,
or
we have
something,
social
you know.
night.
Social night.
My
They
side we
ruined
didn't
it
have
for
that.
you
Oh
guys.
yeah,
We
they
had
really.
the best part of
No,
that.
they
Yeah, we
really
had
for-
social night.
So what happened
I'm jealous
was that
of you.
I was dead. Okay, they were like, okay, they called someone on stage and they were like, you should pick 3 girls. So they picked, and I was among So, God.
Okay,
So,
I feel like this
Lord.
is embarrassing.
I'm feeling
And I'm loving it.
Prudence. So when they asked, they were like, you're going to hug one person, kiss the other, and slap the other.
Oh yeah.
So I was hoping I'll be slapped. Because
no.
and guess what?
Yeah, okay, he picked you to
He
be
chose
the
fine
kiss.
girl.
Oh no, she had to be the kiss.
And
Mm.
when he came towards me, and I was like, Lord, please let this guy just slap
Slap
me. And then he
me.
just passed me.
Whoa.
Then he slapped the lady.
Saving
in
the best
middle.
for the last.
You get. So I was like, oh Lord, this was what I was waiting for. I said, okay, maybe a hug. And then he hugged the other lady.
Okay.
Then I just started crying.
You
I was
didn't
like,
run.
no. And yes, he did. This was somebody I was actually liking, but
So it
then I
wasn't
was
that
like,
bad.
I'm still. It wasn't bad per se, but to say the truth, yeah, that wasn't really a limit for something, because I felt like it was just nothing. It meant nothing. It was just a kiss, and that was, and then it ended there, and we forgot about it. But I entered trouble though.
Definitely.
Yeah, because it got to my dad, and my dad was like, that was shameful and all of that. And but then growing up in the university, wow, truth or dare was mad.
It
Like,
was nasty.
do you understand? It
I
was
wouldn't
nasty.
even
Like
dare
anyone
try
out there, the people will understand. Our viewers will understand that truth or dare is not is that, to me, I feel is a bad game.
It is a very bad game.
Because to say is either they ask you a question or they dare you to do something, and then if you
And
can't
you know
do
you
that
can't
thing,
back
do you
out.
understand? If you can't do that thing, they will ask you to take alcohol. Either tell you take 2 shots or 3
Yeah,
shots,
or to
something
give money
or
that
to
they
give
know you
one
don't
that you know
have.
you don't have. Or rather, you're thinking of, can I sacrifice this amount of money and all of
you're
that? Then you
literally
have to
thinking-
do
yeah,
it.
man.
Now I was in this situation, like I was cutting it like red-handed, like I was cutting it. Like this was an outing that I didn't want to go to start with.
okay.
Because
Is
I was
what
even
sent you
telling, do
there?
you understand? Because
Yeah.
like to start with, I don't even like the person that was throwing the party.
Oh.
And then my cousins were like, let's go, what, and then we went. All of
so
a sudden,
you let peer pressure get you.
at that point, because I was like, okay, I was always dodging their outings and all of
Okay.
that, but I just felt like, okay, this is the last, let me just
Let
do
me
this.
just
And that was
do.
almost graduation. That was like almost 300 level second semester and all of that. So we went for this party, and then everything was just happening so fast and all of that. And I don't take alcohol. So then they'll be like, okay, take this one. And I'm like, I won't, because I don't take that. I won't even try it.
Exactly.
Then it got to a point where they were like, if you don't do this, like, okay, they dared me,
Exactly.
and
To
the
do
dare
something.
was massive.
Okay.
If I don't do it, I was going to take the alcohol, and I was telling myself I can't
Which
take
is your
this.
better option?
And I was trying to weigh it. Do you understand? Do you know what it means? Can I say it? No. What it means for them to tell
That was
you.
a crazy
What
one.
our limit on
Okay,
the
so
show.
so this is it. You see, the point I was trying to get at is that we find ourselves in a lot of circumstances that we are asked to do something, certain
Yes,
things.
that you don't want to
Like
do.
one, for instance, since I put them on the spot, it's only right that I
Take us
give
out.
mine as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't in a truth or dare situation. I was more in a classroom waiting for a lecturer. As I walked in, I met this guy, and he's like, "Oh, you're looking beautiful today." I said, "Thank you very much." He said, "And your lips are so beautiful. Can I
Whoa.
kiss them?" And for me, it was a no-no at that moment. In fact, if you see the reaction I had, I was like, "Oh, wait, hold on, no,
Hold up.
Just like that.
just like that."
Just like that.
Yeah. So for me, it was a no. At that moment, I was like, no. But it's not like he wasn't a friend. He was a friend, and I do talk to a guy and all that. But for me, it was a no.
Yeah.
At that moment, that's my own limit. And since we're talking about limits, where is my limit in sexual interactions?
Where I
Wow.
end up regretting.
A lot of people will
True.
tell you that we can go all the way to foreplays
And all of that, yeah.
and so long as we don't have the whole the last part of it, it's good to go.
Good to go through.
But how true is that?
It's very true, because I think I've been in that situation like countless times.
Okay.
And it worked out. because I told myself like I don't want to do this, like that is my limit. It could be like I just want to do all the little things and that's it. It could be like I don't even want to do it at all. But then you cannot force me into doing something I will end up regretting.
I think
Because
that's the
that's
limit.
the limit. Because if
what
you
can
end
you
up,
live with
what
and
can
what can't
do
you
you
live
understand? Because I'll end up regretting. Then it's going to live with me that guilt of I shouldn't have done this, or rather I did this. Like, why did I even do it? I end up asking myself questions, and I'm like, I shouldn't have done this, and then I live with the regret. So that is my limit.
Okay, so you see that that's your limit, but I just want to ask this question also. So see that, for instance, you are in that kind of situation, and you have me, who thinks that a kiss is my own limit around around you at that moment, and that the fact that you would go ahead and do this because I look up to you. If you go ahead to do this, I would feel that that's the right thing, although even if I go and do that, I'm going to feel bad about it. Do you think it's right for you to go ahead and still do it?
If you're not cool with it, no.
I'm not talking about me now. I'm talking about you, who is cool with it. But I am
You're
there.
talking about the opposite person.
Okay, so Lalas is doing this and she is cool with it. She doesn't mind it to this point. But I feel like if you go to that point, you're sinning, and that is for me, it's uncomfortable and it's sin. And I'm there, and Lalas wants to still do it. Do you think it's right for her to go ahead?
I won't do it because it's more like I'm trying to show you that it's right.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't do it.
I like that answer, because basically what I was trying to say is that there's something about limits. Your limit sometimes you find that your environment actually pushes your limits to a certain extent. For some people, some people can't hug. Some people can't do as much as just hold hands. In fact, if you feel like if you hold a guy's hands or somebody of the opposite sex,
has happened already.
yeah,
of course, I've seen a lot of people.
I actually find that
Yes.
weird, but that's it. That's how this person grew up. That's this person's belief, and just how this person thinks. And if he comes around and I go ahead and do these things at this person's detriment, then I am then sinning. And this is not something that I'm just paraphrasing or thinking. I came across this passage and I'm so sorry that I did not write it down. It's somewhere in Romans. You can read the whole book of Romans. I'm giving you
To find it, wow.
Just
To find you.
okay.
but then it's somewhere in the book of Romans, and this is what he says. It says that basically he was talking about food, and then food given to idols, but I think that it could be applicable in this scenario. He says that you can go ahead and eat what you know that doesn't harm you, doesn't do anything wrong to you. However, if you know that what you're about to do would affect your brother, would cause your brother to sin, then don't do it. It's the same thing with limits, basically. But then again, if you second guess yourself, if you're thinking, let me do this thing, but if I do it, would it be okay?
Okay. Let me come in here, because I want to believe that when it comes to sexual interaction and limit, these are actually things that happens behind closed doors. So it's really not one of those things that could affect another person directly, because these are things that happen between individuals that nobody would ever know, as long as you keep it
but in our environment, things are
in our
changing.
environment. I know we try to be open, right? But then let's put ourselves in a situation where you are in a relationship with somebody, and of course butterflies are flying, and all the wires, the chemistry, the electric spark, and all of that is just right there intact, and all of that, and you're with this person, and then you are a child of God. What are your limits?
Yes,
because we are being affected by pop culture, rap culture, entertainment culture, reality TV culture, everything that we watch every day, and we begin to increase our limits. Okay, there's a point in time that probably a kiss
was way too much.
Was way too much.
Yeah.
But we are now in a time that a kiss is not that too much.
It's not even
It's
anything.
not even anything.
This is no longer something that
Yes,
you
there
should
was
be
once
bothered
a
about.
time that touching and all these dry humping and all of that wasn't such a big thing.
deal.
Now it was a big deal.
Then, but
Now it's no
it's
longer a
not.
big deal. And then we grow to the level now that even people see oral sex as nothing. We've
Yeah.
grown to that level
True.
that people see. I've read articles, this is by real life people, that they're okay with every other nasty stuff. They just believe that as long as the main thing don't happen, is cool.
cool.
So the question is, what are your limits? Because every day we are just breaking ground and
Yes.
approving things
That
over
we
things,
should not.
over things as no longer boundaries and no longer limit. And then the question is, to a child of God, what are your limits? What is acceptable and what is not? It's no longer about what is okay for you,
Okay
because
for you.
guess what? Sex is okay for a lot of people.
Of course.
Of
No,
course.
but that's
Okay
true.
for
But
a
that's
lot
not
of
what
people.
but that's not what we are
as believers
saying here.
What is the limit here?
You
What
should-
is our limit?
If you've already set a boundary for yourself and you're like, I don't want to exceed this thing
This.
as a child of God. Let's say, for instance, I just want to have this relationship and I don't want anything extra until we get married.
Yeah.
Then you should stand by
You should
it.
stand by
I
it.
believe if you tell yourself you want to do this thing, let's say for instance now I decide I don't want to have anything with this person. Like let it just be that we are preparing for the marriage and all of that.
All of
and
that.
then we decide to abstain from sex and all of that. It's cool. Like, I've already accepted, you've accepted, then we should stay with it. Not the one that you feel let's just kiss or let's just go extra miles. No, you start that, it will lead into
will
something.
lead to
From
you just
that,
keep
it will lead to another
breaking
thing.
your boundaries.
Thank you. You
just
keep
Yeah.
breaking your
committing,
boundaries,
and before you
then
know it, you're already
it will happen.
there.
So then, what
Yeah.
is the thing you're
So what
waiting for?
is the-
Do you understand? So then, when you tell yourself that this is my limit, then stick to your
Stick
limit.
to that
and,
limit.
and what is informing your limits? That's the major thing that you should think about. What is informing my limit? See, if for any reason I know that I have reached this spiritual level, knowing God, and I'm not comfortable doing this because I know where I stand with God, and I feel that if I do this thing because of where I'm standing with God, if I end up going ahead to do this thing, then I know that I am sinning, or like I feel wrong about it, my conscience pricks me, then don't do it. Don't even try it.
True.
Because as much as you know God, He tells you what to do and what not to do. And if you're open to listening to the voice of God, then you would be able to actually abide by your limits. Someone once said that as a Christian, you already have set limits. It's not something that you set by
You see,
yourself.
exactly.
Yes. So you already know that if I am a Christian and I'm doing this kind of relationship with this person, this is against the Christian boundaries. This is not Christian. So I should not do it.
True.
And I think one of the challenge we have is that, why should I start a relationship with you and have to tell you I'm not cool with certain things? It means we are even into dating ungodly people in the name of being Christian in church. Because you know what? It's supposed to be a standard of living in both ways. Meaning, I don't have to be telling you I'm not ready for sex. You're also not supposed to be ready.
Yes.
Because we are both Christians. We are both children of God. So we're supposed to have the same mindset. So I believe why we struggle with all of these limits is because we don't date people with the same godly mindset. We don't date people with the same godly mind, because for how long are you going to tell this person I don't want. And you know that you're a normal human being and everything in you is functioning well. For how long are you going to keep telling this person stop? But when you date like mind, it'll be easy for you to set your limits and stick to it, because you won't be faced with the constant telling this person stop.
I don't want to do
I
it.
don't want this. Stop.
You don't mean it. That's the truth. Because
Exactly.
most of the time you say you don't want this and then the other person wants it. For how long will you continue to say
For how
don't
long are you
want
going
it?
to keep
So I feel and succeed. Stop, because you can't succeed in this kind of a thing. So to say the truth, it is different if it is the guy that is saying he doesn't want this. Now it's easier because if it is you as the lady that is saying you don't want this
and he's
the guy
always on
wants
your
it,
case,
do you understand? Like one day you will just feel okay, fine. Since he's always insisting, let me just give it.
and
to
you
him.
know you love love this person.
And you know you
so
love this person.
don't
So
want
more like you
give
tend to
in.
just sacrifice and be like, fine, since it's like that, let's just do it like
But
this.
but should anything actually cause you to compromise what you believe in? The moment you do that, you do know that you're wrong entirely,
Yeah.
entirely. There's no argument there. You're just entirely wrong. So, in as much as that we think that we have the liberty to do certain things, I think that there's one thing that you should know. If your limit is that if you touch this girl, you like her to this extent that if you touch her, the next, like I mean touch, like maybe basically holding hands or like hugging, you would want to take it
Another
To
step.
the next
I am
level.
not
To the
sure
next
that I am
level.
not sure that you're strong enough. Please don't see her alone.
No, truthfully,
Meet her with other people.
With other people.
Yeah, meet that person in
in
open.
peace to
And
save
this is what the
yourself.
should be in
been
open
talking about.
places.
It's not old
Yes.
school.
It's
Why
not old school.
not?
It's
Trying
not.
to be sexually pure is not old
It's not
school.
old school.
If it's your way of wanting to do things, please do it that
Do you
way.
know? Like, okay, then I used to hear people say, "Are you serious? You're still a virgin? Like, for real? Like, really?
That's a
Like,
weird thing.
do you understand? That's a weird thing to hear. And then when you tell someone you're
That's
like, then
crazy.
they'll be shocked and they'll be like, "Are you for like?
You
Are
don't
you in
even have
this
to
world?"
tell them
and
anymore.
all?
Let them keep
Like,
guessing
do you
whatever they
understand?
want
They'll be
to
like,
think,
"Do you even
yeah.
know what's happening at all?" And then they try to. Now that is distraction. Now they want to mount that pressure on you and tell you, "Go and do this." Like you're missing out and all of
Everybody
that.
is doing
But
it.
please, if you are out there, our viewers out there,
Yeah.
where is your limit? If you have set any limit for yourself, please stick to it. Don't
Stick to
allow
it.
your
Don't let
friends to
nobody
tell
make you
you,
feel
no, you
yeah.
need to feel this, no, you need to know how it feels like, you need to do. No, don't accept it, because I know today people will want to tell you, do this, don't worry, not today, not it don't take.
And holding
No.
hands is not ungodly.
It's not ungodly. Please. And hugs sometimes too.
We
have pure
a brief
intention.
3 seconds hug.
2 seconds
2 seconds hug.
hug is not a problem.
But basically, it's this
It's
that
because it's normal. When
Yeah.
you like somebody, you just is this thing.
It's a Christian hug. You can just give the
emphasizing
side
that
hugs.
it's natural.
It's not
The side
natural.
hugs, yeah.
We're not
It's
saying
very
yeah.
natural to feel whatever you're feeling, but you need to create boundaries and say,
Sure.
you know what, I can't go above this limit because this will lead me to certain things, and I don't
I wouldn't want to do that because I don't want to sin
do that.
against God.
Exactly.
Simple.
So yeah, hold hands and walk in public.
Yes.
Hug in public for like 2 to 3 seconds.
In public.
In public.
In public.
Emphasis on public.
Everything in public.
Yeah.
Oh well, I just wanted to add this, that in as much as we want to do a lot of things and we want to explore a little bit, let's go let's test the water. Sweet people of Jesus
Don't
Christ,
test water. Oh.
testing waters. It's risky.
It's risky.
But this is what I wanted you to know. As I mentioned earlier, it's all about the level of maturity that you have in Christ. Yes, that's true. But there's something that is really key, is that the moment that you profess that this is, and I keep saying it on this season, I keep saying it, the moment that you have professed that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, it is key and important for you to know that He has called you to holiness. This is not me saying it.
Yeah.
He said it in His word somewhere in Thessalonians. I'm giving you another assignment.
Yeah, all this
Yeah,
are
read
just
Yes, go
First
read
or
your
second.
Bible. Go
read
and
your
read your
Bible.
Bible. No, I'm not even telling you whether it's first or
Or
second.
second.
Go ahead and read the
Wow.
two
You
Thessalonians.
find just telling
Then
people to
find
read
it
your
somewhere.
Bible.
I'm trying to make it so nice that you're looking for something,
Yeah,
but you will
Go
read through the
read it.
Bible to get it. It's really an interesting adventure, and if you continue to do that, there are a lot of answers to these
You'll
questions that
find.
we are asking.
We're asking.
All these questions that we keep asking and we're asking and we're asking and trying our best to answer for you. You can answer it for yourself.
Please just drop your comments on our Facebook page and tell us where your limits are.
What your
Oh
limits
yes,
are. We
it's
need
very
to know
true.
that, yeah.
But as I said, I'm still emphasizing it. God has called us to purity. So anything that you know and you feel in your spirit
that is
would
not pure.
take you out of that zone of purity that is
Don't do
designed
it.
by God. Dear brother and sister in Christ,
Don't.
beloved of God,
Dear lovebirds,
stay away.
Stay away.
Stay away.
Stay away from it.
Yeah,
Your
stay
limit
away.
is just staying away. Like, we don't have to go through the details of what people do. You're a young person out there and you know exactly what you do. We know exactly what we do. Exactly.
Actually,
We don't have to
true.
start listing it for you. Cheese, dad, smooch. Blah, blah. We don't have to do that. You know it. But then the limit is don't even do it at
Yes.
all. Because you don't know when it will lead to the next thing. You don't know the boundaries. You keep breaking, and before you know,
And before
you're
you know
far
it.
in, and you've just become what you didn't plan to. And sometimes it's just difficult to go out of those bad habits if you keep doing it.
Yeah, so in as much as I said, we have all that, but emphasis that we have laid on this set, love God. See, when you love God, all these things, you will not struggle with them no more.
You won't.
Just love God.
And love somebody who loves God too. For
Yes,
it to be
please
easier for
love
you.
somebody who loves
Loves
God. Very
God.
important.
Simple.
If not, people, if not, you
Love a
bought a lot
brother
of
in
heads.
Christ.
Love a
You
brother
bought a
in
lot of
Christ. A
heads.
godly
You would
brother
bought a
in
lot
Christ.
of heads. Like, you guys would just keep hitting each other, and you would not get a balanced ground.
True.
But because if you love someone who loves God, this whole boundary thing will not be an issue.
It will
Man.
be easier for you.
It will
to-
not be.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you,
well, we're
Prudence.
saying
Thank
bye. We're
you.
saying bye. We're saying bye. We are saying bye. See,
Goodbye.
we are saying bye. But
We're
before
saying
that,
bye.
just know that we just enjoy this song with us.
Yeah, enjoy it. with us,
Enjoy
please.
it. It's a really beautiful song. I actually love this song.
People should dance and be intimidating you. Dance.
Stand up and dance.
I'm tempted to do say, wait, let me see.
I'll be following people to church on Sunday. Let's go and dance. I won't even try.
Don't embarrass yourself.
I'm too stiff. It's an easy thing. You just move.
Just give it.
I don't know how to dance. It's not true that I don't know how to dance.